Yo! What it is, Duke City. Welcome to the program. Welcome to another episode of Two Men On. What we do here is, well, we talk about sports. We talk about not sports. We talk about kind of sports. And we take super early commercial breaks so I can fix one of the cameras. We will be right back. Another episode of Two Men On is in action. We are here, we are rocking, and we are at Uptown Sports Bar and Grill for NWA New Mexico's NWA Nights. I'm going to start off hot with the champ, Salehe Taylor, for sale. And if you hear that crunch in the background, that means daddy needs his calories. If you're an ASMR guy, you are more than welcome because daddy's got some crunch on the microphone and he's not scared to use it. Salehe Taylor, welcome to the program.
What's happening? What's good? Good morning, good day, and all the good things for you. But more importantly, back to me. It's a good day.
Also in the house, Kevin Hooves. You might know him more as Vice, the man behind the curtain at NWA New Mexico. He knows how the sausage is made because he is the one stuffing the meat inside the sheath.
Should I be I don't know.
If you're just listening to the program, you're not watching the program. What I was doing here is I made a fist with my hand, and then I did an open C sign, and I was shoving my fist into my other open hand, simulating Kevin making the sausage behind the curtain. Coming in hot here at Uptown Sports Bar. Come hang out with the boys. We will be watching NWA Power here in our special little room. They have us segregated. That's what they do to wrestling fans. Dare I say, wrestling fans, they deserve every second of it, Salehe Taylor.
It is one of those things that it's for the good of the people because we are a rowdy bunch. We are a crowdy bunch. We are a bunch that is just, we deserve our own room. We deserve our own space.
You do. And then for the friends of the show out there who are listening, apologies, had some tech diffs. The streaming software that we had just decided to do an update right before we started, so we had to reset everything on the fly. But I think we got everything set up now, so welcome again to the program. Salehe Taylor, Vice, and of course myself, Van Nunley. And depending on where you sit on the fence, Fred's not here. It's a Fredless Tuesday on the program as he's out in the streets recruiting more wrestlers for NWA New Mexico. He is hunting, dare I say, somewhere around Frontier Restaurant off of Central, because we're looking to replace a new homeless person, a new man of the streets, because there's rumors going around, Salehe Taylor, that Hobo Hank, you just don't got it anymore.
Well, we can now call him an urban outdoorsman. And it's one of those things where I don't care if he's there or not. He actually, let me reveal behind the curtain.
Okay.
Please do.
He had a great show. That last show. He had a great match.
Sure did.
Silas, the Thrillbilly, came down, brought it. But Hobo Hank held his own. I went against someone that really brought it and had to pull out every trick out of the bag. And I'm still feeling it, but I'm still champ. Explain where Fred is right now, trying to look. I highly recommend he doesn't look beyond Frontier because I got our fill of those from Frontier.
Understood. We're going to talk more NWA and more the world of both NWA National and NWA New Mexico in our third segment as we do our NWA Nights preview. But now we're going to talk to really important stuff. This is the nitty gritty of what's going on in the world. And, I'll just rip off the Band-Aid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I changed my iPhone Siri voice to the Irish lady, and it has improved my life tenfold. Everywhere I go, it sounds like a drunk Irish woman is giving me directions, is telling me that my email was sent, is saying, like, I set that reminder. Thank you very much. I recommend everyone out there with an iPhone. So I think it's everyone in the world who's not Vice sitting right here, because he's still using the Obama phone he got in 2020 during COVID.
What's crazy though, that's why he's late to everything, because tell him he got turn left.
Hold on a minute. When am I ever late to anything? First of all, Irish voice, actually, it's something you would actually hear amongst all the other stuff. And I am never late to anything. Thank you very much, Mr. Hey, where's Saleh at? I don't know. I texted him about 10 days ago.
He's fashionably late everywhere he goes, but not fashionably late to dinner as your NWA champ. Well, Daddy needs his calories,
This is fast,
and you're going to be smashing some tater tots and wings during the program. So for all of our ASMR people out there,
You're welcome.
congratulations. The beautiful and talented Sally Taylor is going to be pounding chicken wings and tater tots as we do this, because you're going straight from here to train.
Yes.
Yeah. Shameless protein intake is needed.
So, shout out to Uptown Sports Bar and Grill. because
Correct.
I really, really enjoy. This is the best tots I've ever had in my life since the last time I was here and had some tots.
Correct.
And the wings, I'm giving them a shot today, and they feel and smell really, really good. I figure we're here. They're hosting us. We're partnering up. Let's enjoy. Let's see what's good here. By the end of this run, I'm gonna go through everything on this menu at least thrice.
You are making your way around it fast.
Yes.
Because if you don't know out there, friend of the show, Sally Taylor is a sturdy man. He's a man of substance.
Yeah, big boy.
You are dense. you're like a dying star out here. You are made of matter that's collapsing directly into itself.
But this star is shining, baby.
Oh yeah, you're always shining,
This
baby.
star is shining,
You're
baby.
shining like the finest diamond.
It's one of those things where I recently began training again within the last few years. I have a metabolism again. I haven't had that since elementary. So I'm enjoying it, but my body calls and it needs, and I gotta beckon to the call.
All right, so back to this iPhone. So we're going to talk wrestling. We're going to talk your championship run, Saleh, and we're going to do a preview of NWA in the third segment to kick off NWA nights. But if you could have any iPhone voice, would it be? Because I'm very happy with a drunk-ish sounding Irish woman. I think that's incredible. But if you could have, let's start with you, Kevin, because Saleh is mid chicken wing. If you could have any voice, who would it be?
Any voice. Oh, man, it's so tricky. I'm very, very akin to that Irish sound.
Okay.
But man, that makes me think something from Boondock Saints. No, actually, no. David Della Rocco.
The dad from Boondock Saints?
No, Rocco from Boondock Saints.
He's
have him
Italian.
I would have him yell at me
Okay.
all the time through the phone. Just AI voice of Rocco yelling at me, when my alarm's going off, what's my schedule, what I'm trying to find on Google. That would impress me, and it would make me laugh. Funny, man.
I killed your cat, you druggy bitch. I thought it would bring closure to our relationship.
It was the cat.
For
Okay.
friends of the show out there who haven't seen Boondock Saints, it was not in contention of winning an Academy Award. But GDMF, if it isn't one of the greatest cult classics of all time.
Absolutely, especially after Box Office Bomb. I mean, it made what, like $3,000, $30,000 out of the box office off a $6 million budget.
The actors' family members didn't even show up to watch it in theaters.
No.
Crazy thing though, it is one of the more successful independent movies.
Yes.
Yeah, had a life of its own.
Yeah, and it was part of the final push of print media and digital into digital media. So like their DVD sales went through the roof, and that's what saved
Right.
their fans and saved the franchise.
And not to mention the merch all throughout that I actually contributed to. I bought one of those little Boondock Saints dual pistol lamps. That was really cool.
I didn't know that
Shameless purchase.
existed.
It is. It's amazing. It's just a simple lamp, just two plastic silencer pistols
And
hanging off.
they're responsible for Flogging Molly having sold out arenas.
Yeah, for sure.
I dressed up, me and my former partner dressed up as the Boondock Saints one Halloween like 15 years ago. And then people just asked me if I was dressing up as the Columbine shooter. And I was like, no, I am indeed one of the Boondock Saints. How dare you not know about the Boondock Saints? And how dare you be so culturally insensitive to mention the Columbine shooting on this glorious Halloween afternoon?
With the trench coat mafia.
Yes.
Oh my
How
God.
bold of them to assume such.
All right, Saleh. Now, who would be your iPhone Siri voice?
Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
And he just wouldn't
Seriously?
say anything.
Yeah. But I would know.
You would know, like,
Wow.
is that turn left?
Exactly. I've been trained. I come from the house of the school of Mr. Bean. That I just know how to read and hear between the lines. And yeah, Rowan Atkinson, one of the greatest character actors ever. Yeah, Mr. Bean will be my first.
If
My
you
first
are a Mr. Bean guy, do you know who Mr. Bean is dating right now?
No. I'm curious now. I wasn't
Now,
curious until you
The
said
way,
so.
Saleh, the way your head slapped back, I'm assuming you do not know this information I'm about to
No.
drop on you. This couple has been seen on a yacht, dining in France, dining together in Italy on a whirlwind adventure. Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean, is dating Mia Khalifa.
No way.
This is a real thing that's happening in real life.
No, that is not.
It's a real
No.
thing.
I call BS.
Consult the Googs
I'm
right now
consulting.
and tell me
This
there's
is-
not a million pictures.
Big fan of both their work.
No good pictures, like no full frontal nudity of Mr. Bean yet. But this is a real thing that's happening in real life.
It's actually going to
To
screw
my
up my
knowledge,
algorithm
Mia
too.
has retired.
Has she?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. More like Mr. Flick the
I'm
Bean.
gonna,
Go
I'm-
on.
Van, I'm going to crush your dreams right now.
Go ahead.
Rumors that comedian Rowan Atkinson, and I love how they put it, media personality Mia Khalifa,
Jeweler.
were dating, which
Eyeglass
circulated in
enthusiast.
January of 26, are entirely false. These
All right.
are
Well, where's okay? What about
stemmed
the
from
pictures
AI
of them?
generated images and satirical social media posts. Khalifa officially denied the rumor on X. I
She
am
was on MDMA when she denied the
Dating-
rumors.
Stating, guys, I am dating a fool, but it's not Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean is no fool.
First off, how dare her?
How dare she?
Uh,
First of
also-
all, fools make money.
AI, congratulations.
Good form.
I believe this is the first time I got AI'd.
Oh, it shouldn't
Because
be.
I believe
Did you
every
see-
word of it.
Oh,
that's
it shouldn't
yeah.
be. Did you see that AI generated fight between who was it? It was Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise.
Yes, I did.
I think that just blew everybody's minds, and nobody could tell the difference. It was incredible, and such a fascinating fight. It fooled me. I was like, "There's no way this is like."
Well, I saw this one AI image that Team USA beat Canada in curling. That blew my mind.
Did
I
they?
never thought I would be able to ever see that.
Yeah, they could have.
I didn't know that to be a fact. And then now that I got fooled by Mr. Bean and Mia Khalifa, which is completely believable.
Is anything real anymore?
Good question.
All right, here we go. Next wing down for Saleh Taylor.
This is impressive.
Now look, Saleh, the friends of the show want that microphone right next to your mouth
All right,
no,
while you're munching these wings.
I don't. That's
Well, Kevin, why are you making direct eye contact?
I hear him eat a lot because I spend plenty of time with the guy, and it's like,
Yeah.
especially when
Yeah.
it's something crunchy. It's like
Feed
I
the
can
beast.
hear it across the room. It's insane.
Moving into the world of sports.
In this,
The Olympics just wrapped this past weekend. You boys get down on some Winter Olympics this year?
I catch it. So I don't actively watch the Olympics, but I do catch it when I go out to the bars, when I go out to socialize, and some of it's pretty impressive. I missed all the hockey in the Olympics, though.
Now that was going to be my next question
Yeah.
because you are a hockey guy.
I like
Kevin.
hockey.
How dare you?
I have issues with following hockey, but I love the game. Absolutely.
Okay.
And so following stats, following how teams are doing, wait until the playoffs. That's when I, actually start following. But the Olympics are not something I usually watch when it comes to hockey, but I was kind of interested this year. So, but I missed all of it. The only thing I saw in the Olympics was that they had the speed skating, right? And there was some girl I had looked this up, and we were talking about this. Camelia Cellier. I apologize if I butchered that.
Sorry to the Cellier family.
Cellier, yeah, no, Cellier's and
I doubt that's right
out
either.
of Cellier. She was clocked in the face by a skate from somebody she was following, and it clocked her right below the eye, right on the cheek, and she was rushed out, I think, on a stretcher or something like that, because these blades are razor sharp. Okay. Like a couple centimeters up, and she would have lost her freaking eye. And so I looked back on that a couple of times, and I'm like, oh, I can feel the pain in that.
She got blades of gloried.
Blades.
Oh, she did.
Yeah. Near decapitated.
It's dangerous to be on the ice when there's skates, man.
This is like the least Olympics I've ever watched this year, but luckily I was fortunate to get some of the gold medal matches on curling and hockey and, the big half pipe stuff, which is absolutely incredible to watch. But I feel bad that I didn't support my country as much as I usually do every Olympic, but I did get to watch both hockey finals.
Great games.
And they were absolutely incredible, captivating. Both happened in the same way. USA comes back, wins it in overtime, both men and women. And dare I say, Trump finally did it. He made America great again. This is something that no president has done in 46 years. All you red hats out there, thank you so much for putting this man in office. You had to deal with so many things with our crumbling economy, crumbling infrastructure, unnecessary wars all around the world, tariffs tearing down our businesses all over the place, really losing face with the UN and Europe and, our worldwide allies, just general embarrassment after general embarrassment over and over and over again. But you know what, baby? We won gold in both men's and women's hockey. So dare I say, we're back, baby. Congratulations. You made America great again. And here we are.
This was the women's hockey winning the first gold ever, correct?
Yes.
And the men's winning the first gold since 74?
46
It's
years.
been that long.
Yeah. 1980.
Wow.
Since the Miracle on Ice.
I still believe in miracles. Now, not just that, congratulations to our curling team. Even on the figure skating front, shout out to Madam Lou, who came out of retirement 2 years ago, got back to training, and just wanted to have fun, ended up getting gold. Like, the Olympics is what we follow for the stories, right? Here's the question: why do they still have to be amateur to compete?
No. So certain Olympic sports allow pros back in now. I think Dream Team opened that up for almost all sports. But I mean, there's a hard sell on being an amateur for stuff like figure skating.
Yeah.
Like, what is a professional figure skater? Like, you get paid to dance in front of a crowd? Like, does that really disqualify you from being in the Olympics? I think that's an awful idea to not allow somebody because they got paid to skate before. Like, you want the best of the best, so let the best of the best in no matter what.
Yeah, the best of the best can come from anywhere. It doesn't mean they were found by a professional organization. It could be somebody who walked up. All it matters is that the right person saw what they were capable of and put them in the spotlight.
How would you define the right person?
The right person is a person who can show up, show out. I mean, that's an old phrase we keep. You show up when it matters, and you do what has to be done. You give it 100%, everything you got, and you really show what you're capable of.
Okay.
Not everybody gets the opportunity to do that. So again, you just takes the right person to see that happen.
On the grandest of all stages, it only happens every 4 years. I say let every professional in. The best are the only people who should be there, period.
I agree.
Yeah, agreed.
More Olympics talk, and then we move into the world of Hollywood. Next segment, you're listening to 2 Men On. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On. Welcome back to Uptown Sports Bar and Grill. We are having NWA nights here. So come get your NWA fix, get your wrestling fix. Come hang out with the boys. Again, friends of the show out there listening, we had a update to our streaming software, and it is going haywire right now. And I'll be back in like 10 seconds. Friend of the show, welcome back. Welcome back to Two Men On. Welcome back to Uptown Sports Bar. Come get your drink fix, your food fix, and your NWA wrestling fix tonight as the champ, Saleh Taylor, will be showing off the championship belt. You can ask him all the backstage questions, what it's like to hoist that trophy, what it's like to hoist that belt, and if you pay extra, you can smell his hair.
Dude.
It's a lot. You got to pay a lot for that. But in short, what it's like to hoist such a trophy. It's heavy, man, but not just literally, figuratively. I'm representing our territory. It's an honor, and I love being that. But more importantly, I hope that I'm serving our territory well. For those who don't know, NWA is operating on a territory system, so we have 8, I believe, other territories.
Something like that, yeah.
This last show we had the president of the NWA territories, but is also the promoter for NWA Tennessee, the Kazana show.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
Joe Kazana and 2 of his boys.
Kazanza.
You had AJ and KC Kazana. They came in. The Southern gentlemen killed it.
they put on a hell of a show.
Great time.
Yeah. And then coming up on our next show on March 28th, we're going to have Tiffany Neves, who is the women's television champ, who is going to come in, and she's going after our enchanted champion, Zamaya. That's going to be an insane match. Zamaya's known to not back down from a fight, but you have tall order right now. Then I have it on high authority that a couple of our guys who's frequented DCCW have made their debut on the big show for NWA, and we have another guy who's getting ready to head back to NWA for another show. So it's a beautiful thing seeing the territory system working again, where we share talent and we are guaranteeing time to be seen by not just our territory, other territories, but also the big show. We know that our beloved president CEO of NWA, Billy Corgan, William H. Corgan, is watching and keeping an eye. He also has eyes and ears everywhere. So it's a really, really cool thing. So when I say it's heavy carrying that title, hoisting it, it's heavy.
Well said.
So.
Well said.
So like you said, Saleh, like there's NWA talent coming in from other territories, the national, from literally the television show that we're going to watch this evening. People who are on this program do wrestle here in Albuquerque at NWA New Mexico, the promotion formerly known as Duke City Championship Wrestling. If we're going to channel our inner prince right now.
Well said. Well done.
So, Kevin, when you're working with new people, new talent who are coming in here, a one-off promotion, or they're going to start a new storyline here in the fold, what's it like incorporating new talent into the show?
It's actually not something that's very difficult at all, because the talent that comes in, they have a capability, they have an incredible talent already, and the professionalism, most important in my mind, to come with it. You give them something to roll with, and they will make it gold. That's basically what'll happen. Like Country Gentleman came through, and it was another day at the office for them, because it felt like another branch of home. That's what it is in wrestling. Is you go to a new show you've never been to before. It's another way of feeling like home, because all you have is the wrestling ring, the lights, the music, and everybody in the back that follow the same goal. We all want to put on a great show for everybody out in the seats, and so we have something that drives us all. So it's an incredible thing to see somebody else come and witness what we have here and experience that. And by the time they leave that first day, they have so many good things to say about it. And that feedback from them is incredible. I can't downplay that enough. It's always a great time to have somebody come through for the first time.
NWA New Mexico coming back to the El Rey Theater March 28th, doors at 6, show at 7. Going to be a hell of a show. I'm super excited for it. Another thing I'm excited for is Heat 2 is coming out. Are you guys movie buffs? Are you excited for Heat 2? as I am. If you don't know,
Surprised as anything.
Heat, Pacino, De Niro, Val Kilmer,
Yeah.
star-studded cast, incredible direction, like standard bearer for like modern cinematography.
Yeah.
Like they changed the game with that movie. I'm not excited about when remakes happen. I'm not excited about sequels 20, 30, 40 years later, but there's something about Heat 2, if they're even going to call it Heat 2, that I'm incredibly excited about, because you got Pacino, you got De Niro, you got Adam Driver, you got Austin Butler, and it was just announced today that Christian Bale is going to be in this
Oh
bad boy
my.
too.
Wow.
I'm sure there's women in this thing too, but like,
They don't need them.
could you
They
do,
don't need them.
That's-
could you do any better, like with the cast that's starting off in this bad boy?
That is plenty. First of all, I can't imagine what the budget is to get those people in there.
At least 100.
And then, second of all, that's a lot of star power. I mean, the first Heat, De Niro and Pacino is something that is monologued by actors just to get a part. You
Right.
ever seen that? Like, do you see where Tom Hiddleston actually memorized that conversation between De Niro and Pacino from Heat?
Huh.
And they did it on like the Graham Norton show, I think it was. Great impressions. But that's an iconic movie to try to one-up attempt on. That makes me nervous. That makes
Very.
me so nervous.
Now,
Like, why can't you have in Hollywood, and Saleh, you are in the industry.
Yeah.
You are an actor. You've had some absolutely incredible gigs. You know how this works. Are you excited? Tell us a little bit about your thoughts on the remake culture, the sequel culture, and if you're excited about Heat 2.
well, right now, you have a lot of people who are afraid to take chances. So you announce
Yeah.
this cast, you announce a familiar name, and you're going to have at least, I wouldn't be surprised if this makes at least 87 mil in the opening weekend.
Yeah.
For domestic. It's one of those things where, anything going towards a theater and on such a opening of so many screens, you got to guarantee as much money back as possible. And what sucks is, due to budgets and how this industry is set up, you got to make back double to break even, at least.
Yeah.
And so going with something familiar with Heat 2, we're going to think about this until it comes out, and people know that, all right, we have that market already locked in. And then they're doing a great job with like at least 3 different generations of actors, top dogs,
Sure.
that are going to be in this film, that has 3 different generations of fans that's going to come and watch, just to watch. And then, not to mention, you're going to have a section of fans that are just going to hate watch it, just to hate watch it.
Yes.
So they're going to make back some bank.
I'm going to be both. Because I hate sequels. I hate remakes. Like, my personal opinion, my thoughts on this is, you made Heat. In its genre,
So good.
it's a perfect movie. The acting's perfect. The dialogue's perfect. The cinematography's perfect. The action, like, raised the bar up to 11 for
Yeah.
movies that are in this genre now. Why would you get the same title of a movie and just put 2 next to it when you could just tell a new story? Like, you could
That's true.
have Pacino in a new story as a similar character. You don't have to be the 78-year-old version of the previous character you had. You could just create a new storyline. Like, why can't Michael Mann create a whole new story and a whole new movie? He's still the guy that wrote and directed Heat. He can be the guy who writes and directs Enter Title Here. Like,
Not Heat 2.
not Heat 2. Val Kilmer's not in it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, how many characters can actually be in it?
It's crazy where you possibly, this has happened to a lot of my friends who write, where they write what they know. And for those who've been in the industry for such a long time, they know a lot of the same things.
Right.
So maybe there was an attempt to make something new, but then he realized, oh, if I were to throw these guys, these characters back in, it's the same thing. Oh, we're just extending the story. All right, let's go. So I've seen that happen before, where there's like accidental sequels in an attempt to make something new. But also, like, yeah, like the name of the game right now is to make money back.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how expressive they are. They don't really care. They want to make sure that they get the dollar back. Heat 2, it's guaranteed a certain amount of tickets that's already going to be sold.
And I think that's the comfort level that they're working with.
Yeah.
And you said it perfectly. Like they know if they call this movie Heat 2
Yes.
and they attach some big names to it, it's going to get their money back. If not, make money for sure.
Did they say it was going to be a sequel or a remake?
It's called Heat 2.
It's called Heat 2.
That doesn't mean how they write
That's a
it.
sequel,
but
man. That's a sequel.
Two Heat, two Hottiest.
Two
Like it-
Heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 Heat.
Too much heat for the kitchen. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's so many bad sequels out there that have star power. What's the worst sequel you've ever seen, man?
Good question.
The actual worst sequel to a movie.
Oh man. Anchorman 2 really upset me.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of sequels that aren't that bad if they're standalone, but if they're trying to follow up an incredible movie like Anchorman 2, The Hangover 2, if they were there by themselves like a separate movie, you'd be like, oh, that's pretty good. But you can't live up to the OG.
Yeah.
It's just going to break your heart because it's not going to be as good.
Matrix Reloaded.
There you go.
Good
That's
example.
awful.
A
And
lot of people
the
hate it.
Matrix just got worse and worse and worse. Every single one they
What?
made.
That slow motion body odor,
Keanu,
sweaty dance party.
The star power of Keanu Reeves could not save that series. At least not monetarily, at least. Okay.
I think that's a movie that legit, or a franchise that legit insists upon itself.
Sure. Yeah.
I think, but Reloaded though, that's a fair.
I was trying to think, what's the worst sequel you've ever seen?
The
don't know.
sequels to the Matrix were so bad that the directors changed their sexual identity. They-
But kept the name.
yeah.
Yep, the Wachowskis just we don't want to be recognized just the same anymore. Not speaking bad on anybody on that, but it's just it can't just be a coincidence.
The Godfather 2s are like the exception to the rule. Like Godfather 2 was just as good, if not better than 1, but they couldn't keep it going for one
Exactly.
more.
Boom.
They,
There you
could,
go.
they couldn't do a third one.
And the worst is they waited so long before the third one came out. Like
First time.
everybody's got, there it is. The time is what considers how much anticipation you have. Okay, it's been this long. Okay. Is it going to be as good as it was, so many years ago?
I say a
Don't know.
solid franchise that was good till later, like the Rocky franchises.
Right.
Having not realized, in its time, it created what became the training montage. And
Yes.
then after that, it became shibboleth, and that's one of those things that people take for granted. Watching it through today's eyes, it's like funny, like, oh yeah, whatever. It's formulaic. This was formula, and Rocky 1, 2, 3, even up to 5. I didn't realize all of them were up for Best Picture.
Off
Yeah.
of the
All-
coattails of the first one.
Yeah.
But I'd say 2 was grand, 3 got better, and then that was with Mr. T, right?
Yeah.
Oh man. Then Ivan on the 4th, and then Machine Gun on the 5th.
Rocky became a parody of itself.
yeah.
Rocky 1, the OG,
Mhm.
is like a legit good movie, period. Rocky 1 is cinema. Rockies 2 through 8, or however many of those there are now, those are sports movies, right? Those are sports blockbuster movies.
Yeah.
So if you want to
yeah.
compare Rocky 2 to 7 or however many, not a big fall off. But from Rocky 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, giant fall off if we're talking about cinema. If we're talking about entertainment, dead straight line across all the movies.
Yeah. My favorite thing about Rocky 1 is that he lost.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I love
Yep.
those stories when like the hero goes through the hero's journey and then still comes up short. I love those stories because those are the ones that's most relatable to me. Not because I've lost a lot, but because not everything can be a happy ending.
Yeah.
of course.
Overcoming obstacles, the triumph of the human spirit.
But
Like-
sometimes it's just too much.
Yeah.
You know, do you have a film, especially like a sports film, that the hero did not triumph?
Ooh, that's a good one. Man, no, because all my favorite sports movies are not along that. I mean, you have what? Remember the Titans?
God, this is a great
The
movie.
Replacements is one of my favorites, actually. Believe it or not, I think that's funny.
Did they lose?
No, they won.
I love the alternate ending to Dodgeball, and I love that they released it.
Yeah.
That they lost, and then just roll credits. That was my
That's the way it
favorite.
should have been.
It should have been that.
That's way more of a Ben Stiller move
Yes.
That really
to have the good
is.
guys lose and then just end it.
Yeah. Like, oh my gosh. Like, no resolve, because that's life.
I got a
Sometimes.
good example.
All right.
$1 million baby.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Great one.
She didn't win.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. She was down for the count.
Mhm.
The eternal count.
If you have a formula, don't change the formula. Just make subtle changes, but keep the same formula.
You know
You
what?
know-
A
you know
thing
what
that doesn't need a lot of help and doesn't need sequels and doesn't need tinkering, and that's professional wrestling, especially the world
I thought you were
of
going to say
NWA and NWA New Mexico.
I thought you
And
were gonna
that's what we're
say,
talking about when we get back. You listen to 2 Men On. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to 2 Men On, and welcome back to Uptown Sports Bar. NWA Watch Party when we conclude this episode of 2 Men On. It's a Fredless Tuesday as he's out in the streets recruiting new wrestlers for NWA New Mexico and, dare I say, NWA National. Here in Fred's stead, the champ for sale, Saleh Taylor. And the man behind the scenes, don't call me Kevin, Vice is here.
What's up? You didn't like that much, did you?
What are you talking about?
What? I got to put a different name in there now?
Well, full disclosure, I didn't know you had a back of the house nickname.
Because you don't pay attention to social media.
Fair. Yeah, by
Whoa.
design. I'm trying to wean myself from my phone and social media.
He hasn't watched my interviews either. Promise you.
Yeah.
I watched the literal first episode. Give me a break, dude.
Fair enough.
I watched enough to say, this is good. He's going to do fine.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, you are very welcome. You know, I wasn't, before I give you guys the floor,
Yeah.
I was, I mean, obviously in childhood, you know, like every kid should be, I was a mark. I was a little wrestling homer. I was a big Ultimate Warrior kid. I saw him, Ultimate Warrior, beat Hulk Hogan in Houston. It was an incredible moment in my young, impressible childhood life. But, you know, teens, 20s, adulthoodish, I was never really a wrestling mark. I didn't have that love that a lot of you guys had until we started building this thing, Duke City Championship Wrestling, and I got to see everything that goes into it. So I'm more of a fan of how the sausage is made, like what you do behind scenes, Kevin.
Okay.
I'm more a fan of the wrestling, the fan experience. I'm more of a fan of the whole spectacle of putting on this showcase for the fans. I think it's incredible, and it's hard to do. So, like, Duke City Championship Wrestling fans, NWA New Mexico fans, you have no idea how hard this crew works to entertain you once a month, once every 6 weeks. It is a labor of love, and it is, dare I say, an absolute minefield to get this thing perfect, to get it right, and to be entertaining. Saleh, you've been here since the interim. You've seen this thing rise to the top. What makes NWA New Mexico so special in this market?
Kevin was there from the rise. I got in like a few months in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I said the rise. You missed like the dirty nitty gritty, like people trying to kill each other at the beginning.
Well, yeah, now they're just trying to kill me. But no, from when I walked in to what's become now, you see the difference. It's one of those things where, from my background, I knew and I still know that the locker room will change, and it has to every year. But there will be a core group that will keep it going. That's like the heart, the soul of the show.
Sure.
But that doesn't mean that when the locker room changes, that the door closes behind you.
Yeah.
We just hope that you're able to get other shows. If not, and at this time, if the story makes sense, let's come back in. Let's tell a story. You know, from what it was to where it is now, though, you see and feel the difference. But all of that means nothing without the fans coming in. The same thing with the core group of locker room that like is the heart and soul. There is a core group of fans that have been there since day one,
right?
And they are proud of it. And I love seeing that. Those are the ones that we kind of play to a little bit, but at the same time, like for instance, our last show, there was a lot of first timers. There was a lot of first timers, and for the show to grow, we have to keep getting new eyes on it. And as much as we want to retain those who are continuing to show, we want to make sure those who are coming in for the first time have something to come back to.
Right.
So yeah, there is a little bit of spoon feeding that needs to go into it, but at the same time, get smart, get caught up. Let's go. It's been quite a journey, and we are just in another chapter in the story of DCCW and NWA New Mexico. I'm honored to be part of it, to be in about of a mention, and said, how fortunate we are. I love how Fred says it, how fortunate we are to do the things that we want to do and love. Meet the people that I have gotten to meet and be around those who are called really, really, really great friends.
Yeah.
Those who really care about, they get your back. Those who really care about wanting to put on a great show. I'm honored to represent them. I'm honored to share time with them. I'm honored to be there, to be on the show, whatever I'm doing, even if I'm, ring duty for the rest. I'm honored. It's a great show. And also, for those who hasn't been to other shows, please go check out the other local shows.
Sure.
Continue to support, professional wrestling. Continue to support indie shows, indie artists, from bands to everything. Like, continue to support, because it's a beautiful thing once you get to see that, and see them flourish. And your support means the world to us. But also, the lack of support could be the difference between us losing the house.
Right.
So, we carry that weight every time we put on a show. They want to make sure that we get butts back in the seats.
Kevin, you've been behind the scenes this whole time. You've seen the rise of Duke City Championship Wrestling, because you've been involved in other promotions in town before DCCW started. What do you think is the key to Duke City Championship Wrestling now, NWA New Mexico, being able to provide such a great show that you catch the attention of Billy F. Corgan and NWA wrestling to where, you know, you get snatched up and become a territory to this country's oldest wrestling promotion.
Every part of the show has its meaning. Everything that we do has an important place, you know, to make the show complete. It's not complete if we're missing a part. And so there's so many things that contribute to that, but it's, you know, what talent goes between those ropes. How smooth is everything working in the back, you know, down to the commentators, down to the camera work, the lighting, the sound. It's a lot that goes into it. And then it all focuses into, you know, what's going on in the ring. You have two or more people putting their bodies on the line and telling a story with their bodies. That's what wrestling is. You're telling a story with your body, and people resonate with that. Okay. People watch TV. People watch things like CSI or whatever, but it's supposed to be entertainment. So what do? You make it entertaining in your mind. But there's a lot that goes into it. I don't think I could go over all of
Yeah.
it right now,
Too open-ended of a question when we're up against it like we are right now. But let me just, in conclusion, you got to get your eyes on it for yourself.
Yeah,
you really do.
Because even someone like me, who's not a mark, who's not a WWE, AEW kind of guy, who's up on the current events in the wrestling world, I have an absolute blast every time I go to the El Rey Theater or the Rio Rancho Event Center or wherever NWA New Mexico is holding events, and I am astounded at the professionalism, the level of entertainment, and how incredible of a show that gets put on every time. So, friend of the show, if you have not seen it, you must check it out the first time.
And we ain't done yet.
If you want to put your butts in a chair, dare I say, get in early,
Hurry up.
get a ticket early. But if you want to cruise around the bar with me, as good of an option as any as well.
Perfect.
Boys, thanks for hanging out today.
Of course,
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it.
Fred Slow will be back tomorrow. Myself and Fred will be at Rio Bravo Brewing for a fun little happy hour. Going to do the program live from there and hang out and have some oat sodas and some delicious Rio Bravo bar food for Fred Slow, for Vice, for your champ, for sale, Solly Taylor. I'm Van Nunley. We'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe out there, friends of the show.